Hey everyone, welcome to another podcast chat we have here. I am delighted to say that we have the lovely Dixon mate here with us today. He has traveled far to get here, but we're very happy to have him. Dixon, did you want to say a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Dixon or Dixon Mate. You may have seen me in your Overwatch queues, in particularly on your avoid list. I am an Overwatch streamer slash content creator. I stream 3 days a week on Twitch. I do TikToks on the side. And yeah, I'm all about just having fun in Overwatch and yeah.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And look, it should be said that Dixon here is one of our content partners at Disconnected Esports. So it has been an absolute pleasure to have him. I think you've been around 7 months as a content partner now, or something along those lines. And look, it's been a great time overall, and I'm very happy to be able to do this. So,
It's been
um,
great to be part.
oh, thank you. Too kind. Please, you're making me blush in this light, please. But yeah, I guess one of the first things I did want to cover off was kind of, your journey into gaming and even kind of, getting into streaming and all that sort of stuff. I mean, we can start from the very beginning of your gaming if you really want, or kind of work your way up into more recent things, however you'd like.
Absolutely. I guess my interest in gaming has always come from my interest in computers. Back when we had the Windows 95 computer, when I was very, very, very young, and
Yeah.
I think my interest in gaming really spawned when I think it was for my 7th or 8th birthday. My uncle bought me a game called Battlezone 98, which was a first-person shooter RTS hybrid sort of game. It was my first real computer game, and from there, I really spawned an enjoyment of, I guess, computer games. Playing that on the old Windows 98 machine, and then and going on. And obviously, the computers back in the day, when you bought a computer, they came with free games, and SimCity 2000 as well was another game I really enjoyed.
Such a good
I
one. Yeah.
spent so much time with the scenarios in that game and setting alien invasions onto the city, or earthquakes, or meteor strikes, or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I've really been gaming since my early days. That said, though, I never had a console when I was growing up.
Really?
I never had an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Nintendo, so all my gaming was limited to what I could access on the family computer. And growing up, that really limited my options because the family computer wasn't the best. It could play RuneScape, it could play Counter Strike 1.6, Counter Strike Source. It couldn't do CS:GO, couldn't do Call of Duty. But that's okay. We enjoyed the games that we could play. And, growing up and playing a lot of those games, a lot of my friends came from playing those games as well. Friends in school that also played. Um, Moving on to games like Modern Warfare 2 and eventually CSGO, Minecraft, all those sorts of games. And I guess I first got into Overwatch during the beta in 2016, and I loved it. It was because I had a history with Team Fortress 2 as well,
Ah, yeah.
and Overwatch was just a fresh take on the class-based shooter genre, and instantly fell in love with it, and that's how I got into Overwatch, and I pretty much have played Overwatch ever since, and it's pretty much my journey from gaming and tech onwards. In terms of streaming and whatnot, I have I don't know if weird is the right word, but I have a history with content creating and streaming. I started off on YouTube Live, I think back in 2015, 2016, and that was me streaming Minecraft.
Right.
I've still got the VODs from some of those streams. The channel is now hidden and private, so no one can access them. It's a very young Dixon on those streams, but so we did some Minecraft streams on YouTube. Then Mixer, I did some Overwatch streams on Mixer back in the day. I used to love the Mixer platform. It was it was unique enough to be different than Twitch.
Okay, well, that's good.
But then when Mixer died, I moved to Twitch. Um, and I wasn't really a consistent streamer. I might stream like once every month or something like that, and just for my friends. So it wasn't something that I was like doing consistently as a hobby. That only really started when the pandemic hit. I think
Yeah.
it was in 2020 or just before 2020 is when I really started doing a lot more around Twitch and Twitch streams. And honestly, the reason I've really kept going, or I did keep going back in the day, is being invited to. There's a Twitch streamer called Sarah Jane who Overwatch used to be her main game. She invited me to be part of a tournament with a whole heap of other content creators, and being part of that opportunity and meeting other content creators is what really solidified me that streaming is what I want to do as a hobby. It's fun to interact with your community and build the community, and being able to know all these other streamers, and a lot of these streamers were partners and whatnot, and the fact that they knew my name was incredible, was insane. I felt really lucky, and they all invited me into the community and welcomed me in. So it's that also really solidified me in me that streaming is what I wanted to do as a pastime. So from that point on, we pretty much have streamed consistently. I got a stream schedule in place, and I'm really happy and proud of the community that we've been able to build. It's been a really, really fun experience, and that's how I got into streaming.
Right, there you go. Well, it's quite the journey. My goodness, from humble origins on the family PC. Goodness me. Yeah.
Thank goodness for the family PC that could barely run a game.
Honestly, yeah. 100%. Yeah. It is. I do find it actually quite interesting that you never had a console or anything like that. I feel like that. I don't know. For me personally, console was one of the first things that I really, really actually gamed on. For a lot of the time. I have my old PlayStation 2 still over there, and I think a PlayStation 1 actually as well. But we don't have that anymore. And that to me, that was kind of like my childhood. Eventually, kind of, I did play a bit of RuneScape. I played a bit of whatever on PC. I would say for like me, I only got onto PC gaming in the early 2010s type of deal for the most part. So it is interesting that you started with PC gaming very early on as well, and maybe that's helped you. I don't know, be more of a social gamer and stuff like that because you're more used to actually interacting and talking with people online and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure. I'm just theorizing here.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely impacted my career, if anything, because the amount of hours I used to spend back in the day, like trying to fix games while they wouldn't work because I had such an old computer, or you had to install this patch and add these configuration files, and then go into the forums and trying to figure out, okay, this person did this, this, and this. You don't get those issues with consoles. So that's true. That probably hasn't impacted because I work in IT, my career path in IT as well. But no, I've never had a Wii, never had a Nintendo, never had any of that. So I was just on the computer.
Fair enough. No, very nice, very nice. So I guess in saying all of that, then would you say that you kind of have a favorite maybe genre of game, or would it literally just be the kind of the class-based shooters that you were talking about?
Or quite open to quite a few different types of genres. I can do shooters. Not very good at them, but I can do them and I enjoy them.
You're great. Come on.
No, you haven't seen me in Call of Duty or Counter-Strike
Okay,
or Valorant.
All right. I'll see.
I'm also a big fan of strategy games. So things like Civilization, Age of Empires, those sort of things I love. Again, not great at them, but I love being able to strategize and build your bases and whatnot and send your armies out. So I do like that genre as well. And indie games as well. I'm definitely a fan of indie games. My favorite indie game is Faster Than Light, so I'll play that every now and again. It's a banger of a game.
I played that yesterday actually.
I might have seen a screenshot of that in your Discord. It's
there you go.
It's cool. It's so good. So
it is. Yeah.
So I'm quite open to all genres and sort of games, but I I'm at a point in my life where I haven't got much more capacity in the old brain, so I stick to what I know. You know,
Yeah.
I mostly just play Overwatch in terms of the games I play, but every now and again I'll step out of my comfort zone.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so we got your shooters, you got your strategies, and you got your indie games. Fair enough. Look, it's a good selection, and I will happily 1v1 you on Catan sometime or something like that.
You're on. You're on.
Good man, good man. Step up to the challenge. Yeah, no, look, that's really good to hear, and it's good to have that variety. And yeah, I guess it would be interesting because I mean, you primarily stream Overwatch at this point. I don't think I've ever seen you play another game besides Overwatch on stream.
uh, my streaming journey, even when I was playing Overwatch, I used to do like a half and half on my streams. So I might
Okay,
play like Breath of the Wild or something for half of the stream, and then jump into Overwatch, or I might
okay,
play like an indie game or something like that. And then towards the end of Overwatch One's life, when like it wasn't really getting any updates for like the longest time, I did kind of branch out and play games like Apex. We
yep.
used to do some extra games during streams as well, but yeah, the majority of time it has been Overwatch.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough. Interesting. I mean, yeah, look, I think it's good to be able to have something consistent that you can go back to. I mean, I know Overwatch at times is a bit difficult to kind of navigate with the games and the people and the matchmaking and all that sort of stuff. I mean, there's a whole lot of different things that can make you feel a bit iffy about Overwatch, but at the end of the day, it's one of those games that you can kind of come back and as a base game that you can really enjoy because I think that's a really good thing about Overwatch. Just the actual concepts behind Overwatch are just fantastic, you know,
Absolutely agree.
and super
It's
fun.
it's also one of those games me and my friends joke about, but it's there's not many other games that give you quite the serotonin boost that Overwatch does. When you have that
Oh,
really
yeah.
good game and you really pop off, or your team really pops off, or it's a really really close game. You know, it could have
Oh,
gone
true.
either way, and
Yeah.
you've happened to win that tug of war.
Yeah.
Um, there's not much out there that really hits you like that.
True, very true. Honestly, a very valid point there for sure. Yeah, no, look, definitely, definitely. I certainly agree there. And I guess kind of thinking about, streaming and, what you actually kind of do on there and all that sort of stuff, it kind of brings me to the next thing really, which is the idea of values and what it is that you actually bring to your stream and what it is that you actually do with your community as well. So I guess putting it simply, what in your mind makes your stream yours and maybe what sets you apart in some ways?
Um, Look, my number one rule around the streams is, if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to stream. We're
Yeah.
gonna stop the stream. Streams should be a fun environment. They should be welcoming for everyone to come in.
Yep.
Because we're all about community. We're all about building the community and positivity.
Yep.
As soon as that changes, we're going to turn the stream off. There, Overwatch is just a game,
Yeah.
and any other games we play on stream are just a game. There's no reason to get upset or angry or have a go at people because it's a
Yeah.
video game in the end, and we're there to build the community, to talk to the community, to interact with chat, have a good time. Oh, how your ranked games going? Oh, they're not going so well. It's okay. You get the next one. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because playing games should be fun.
Yeah.
They should be fun. And I get it. That's at times they're not so fun, but that's okay because you can do something else, or you can have a break, have a settle down. Because games should be fun. That's the reason they're here. And I really look up to people like Emong who are like constantly switched on, and they're constantly happy.
Mm.
He can get solo ulted 5 times in a row, and he doesn't care. He's like, oh, isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Oh, I love the guy so much, and I really look
Yeah.
after streamers like him, and I try and emulate that as much as I can,
Yeah.
and try to bring that flavor into OCE and globally as well. I'm very lucky to be able to say that we have people from all around the world that pop into my chat and say hello, and I really both value that and understand how lucky I am to have that. And I wouldn't want to do anything to change that at all. So
Yeah.
I guess coming back to your question, the mantra behind what I do is just to to bring positivity back into games, bring joy back into games and have a spot where people can come in and just vibe and just chill. For those that don't know, the majority of what I do in Overwatch is competitive. So there are times where people I'm playing with might not be as vibey as we are in the game, or stuff like that. And you know what? We just roll with it. I get it. I get it being a competitive game. There's stakes. There's virtual stakes, but in the end, all I'm about is just let's just enjoy playing the game.
Yeah. I think that's a really, really good way to go with all that, to be honest. I think that's something that, in light of everything competitive, that sometimes we do tend to forget about. We kind of see it as a grind or a goal or an ambition or something, whatever it is, right? It's something to achieve. And I think when you kind of get to the crux of it, you might be in the middle of trying to achieve that. Maybe things are working out, maybe they're not, but I think you may lose sight of the fact that at the end of the day, it is a game, and a game should be something you want to do with your time and something that you get something out of, right? So I agree.
And I have lost sight of that before. There have
Yeah.
been moments where I've valued what's happening in the game way too much. And I can now take a step back and look. Oh, okay, I was never going to be a pro at the game. I was never going to be popular at the game or whatever, and that's okay.
Yeah.
In the end, I'm happy being diamond, masters, plat, wherever I'm currently sitting. That's okay, as long as we're trying our best and we know that our team's trying the best. That's all we can do. We'll just play the game.
Fair enough.
That's what it's there for.
No, absolutely. I think that's very good. Although, if I do see a Grandmaster 1 Dixon, I will be very happy to see it, all right?
We know Overwatch is over if that ever happens.
All right, we'll see. I guess kind of like tying in with that, all that you do bring to your stream. I guess my kind of questions there, what sort of interactions or I guess initiatives do you kind of operate within your community? Like what do you do with them or for them?
It's a great question. I'm just trying to.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I put you on the spot. I know. What do I do for my community? Not much. No. No. We provide I try and provide a place where people can come in and just vibe, have a good time. We'll also do VOD reviews every now and again. I'm not the greatest at the game, as a lot of people would be able to agree with, but we've got such a wide community that comes in. We've got people that are bronze all the way through to GMs, and for those that are at the lower ranks, I'll give them VOD reviews. If they want me to take a look at what they've done, I'll have a look. We'll see if I can offer any tips of improvement as well. We are very, very big on improvement in Overwatch as well. And I get so happy when people come in and go, "Oh, I've ranked up. I'm now gold 5, or I'm plat 4." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's go." Exactly right. Because, as I said before, most of what we do is competitive, ranked on stream, and people do come to watch me, do my best in ranked games. But being able to, extend that out to others that are watching to, let me know what they've done or how I can help them improve, or just tell me about how their ranked games are going. Absolutely. That's what the chat there's for. That's what we can absolutely offer for you. So yeah, we do that. We also have a lovely Discord community, and as much as I don't upkeep that as much as I probably should. The fact that sub chat is always popping in my Discord is just incredible.
Awesome.
I'm in a very fortunate position that there are people that actually do send messages like, "Hey, Dixon, when are you next streaming? Are you streaming today?" The fact that I've got that, I will always cherish, and I do understand that is a very lucky thing that I'm able to have. So I really do appreciate and cherish my community as well. But yeah, we're just a chill place to be, and that's all it will ever be. We're there for as many people as possible. So no matter if you're new to Overwatch, if you've been playing since beta, whatever. I want to make it a place where everyone is welcome and we're all able to share our experiences in the game with each other,
Yeah.
and really elevate each other up.
Yeah. That's awesome. Seriously. Good stuff. That's it's pretty good to hear for sure. And look, to be honest, as somebody who does watch your streams, not as much as I should, but I probably should do it more, I'll admit. Yeah, no, look, it's great to see those sorts of interactions there. Your Discord's a good place, your stream's a good place, so it is all really good to see for sure. So give yourself a pat on the back if you'd like, but yeah,
Aw.
there you go. Good man, good man. That's what we like
I
to
I
see.
am I'm very lucky to have what I have.
Yeah,
And I will I'll never not know that, I guess. Is the
yeah.
word I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of what it is, but that's okay.
No, that's all right. That's all right. And hey, I forgot to say, congrats on 1,000 followers, I believe now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
there
So
you go.
we did hit 1,000 followers last weekend, about a
Yeah,
week ago. So I'm very happy that we've hit that milestone. It's again giving me another push that we're doing the right thing. We're going the right direction, and it's given me more motivation to continue.
oh, fantastic. That's awesome. And I guess, kind of talking about where the stream's at and all that sort of stuff, something that you obviously have made a very big point of is, having that positivity, having that good mental space and all that sort of stuff. I suppose to you, at the end of the day, what is the importance behind that? Like, why is it something that you've really opted into doing for you and your community?
Um, I think. Well, as I said, I've come into Overwatch watching people like Emong just really really being positive, and
Yeah,
I really wanna be able to emulate that. I think what Emong does is absolutely fantastic. You can not tilt that guy, and I really wanna emulate that as well. And I think it's something that I would want to watch as well. I know there's a large audience out there for watching people rage at games and go completely bonkers, and I get that. I get that absolutely, but that's not really the sort of thing that I would like to watch. So what I'm trying to do is create content in a way that is something that I would watch myself,
yeah,
and so I'm trying to build my stream into being that sort of place where you can vibe, you can sit there and chill. There is there is nothing over the top going on. We're just there. We're just chatting. We're playing the game. We're learning. One of the
yeah,
big things I really try and emphasize during a stream is that there's always opportunities to learn and improve. Not just in the game itself, but in life as well. We'll quite often get into deep philosophical conversations while playing Reinhardt into an enemy team, but it's it's a place where we can have those discussions. It's a place where we
yeah,
can we can talk about things both in game and outside of game, and yeah, I guess it's as I mentioned before, just trying to build a place that I would like to vibe in, and others would like to vibe in as well.
yeah. Totally fair. And look, I think that's a really good rationale for doing all that. I mean, you are all right. There are so many places if you want to go to just see like negativity or anger or whatever it is, tilt. I mean, it's one of those things where I would almost say in a lot of ways negativity can spread a lot more easily.
Mm,
So to have those, I guess, beacons where can be positive. It's an environment where people do feel safe, happy, all that sort of stuff. They're not as easy to find, but when you do find them, I think people are very grateful. So it's one of those things I think is a really good thing that you're able to do, and I think yeah, honestly, if you keep it up, you'll definitely go far with that. Hey,
oh, he's hoping.
yeah.
He's hoping.
No, definitely. No, it is good. It is good. And I guess speaking of, moving forward and all that sort of stuff, I guess I'd be really interested in knowing, like, do you have any, I guess, steps going forward or any goals that you'd kind of like to go for? Or is it kind of just like whatever comes up, comes up?
Yeah. Um. When I'm trying to think what to say here. So I used to do a lot more special things for stream, and I'd like to bring that sort of back. Whether I dress up in a costume for a stream, or we'd pull out the Just Dance for a stream before we play Overwatch, or we'd do some sort of special event. I'd like to start bringing that sort of stuff back, and I'm always thinking of what can we do for a stream? Is there something that we can start to incorporate? And I'm very lucky to be friends with guys like Pog and Jiff that have amazing brains for content, and they're always thinking, what could we do? What could we do next? So I've got a couple of interesting ideas in the work. I'd like to collaborate a lot more with other streamers, and
Yep.
it doesn't have to be Overwatch collabs either. I would very much like to explore collabing outside of the Overwatch sphere. Just as an example, and I have a habit of having ideas. I'll half building them, and I'll put them in a folder to complete later. So this could be one of those in the complete later buckets.
Sure.
But I'd like to maybe have a game show. And it's not an Overwatch game show. It's just a game show streamed on Twitch. We invite creators on from different spheres of Twitch and do some game showy sort of stuff. So stuff like that. I was having a chat to Pog last night, and I'm like, what if we did like a Biggest Loser, but for Overwatch, and like instead of losing weight, you gain SR? How would that work? What would that look like? So we're constantly thinking of different ways that we can spice up the content that we're creating, I guess, rather than just being just me playing competitive all the time, because I do think there are opportunities to turn the stream into a more of a show, if that kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Where sure I'll still be playing ranked, but we can invite others in or have these special elements. So I'm always thinking of what I can do next. It's just hard because it requires creativity, and I don't have much more creative bones in my body, unfortunately. I like to think of the broad idea, but as soon as it gets down to the nitty gritty of how it's actually executed, it's like, oh, okay, this might be harder than I thought. But I am really hoping that I can take some of these ideas and spin them into a stream, or maybe a recurring series or something like that. But that's kind of where I'm thinking, where I'm heading in terms of Overwatch content. Though there's no way that's going. I'm an Overwatch addict through and through, so we'll always have Overwatch on the channel in some sort of shape or form. But I would be very open to exploring other ideas with other content creators, not just within the Overwatch sphere.
Okay, that's really cool. I think it's really cool to have those sorts of goals, because I think if I were to ask that question to probably many other streamers, they would probably talk about, I'd like to be able to do I don't know, some sort of subathon here, or I'd like to be able to get this amount of followers, or whatever it is, right? It's something that is kind of like, okay, I just want to do this, or I just want to do this. And it's not necessarily, hey, I want to, I suppose, build up on the experience I'm aiming to provide. It's more like, I want to build up on the metrics I have, type of thing. So I think it's a really good qualitative approach that you have to all of this, which I'd be keen to see the Dixon talk show Biggest Loser, but not actually weight related stuff. Like, that's interesting. Seriously, I'd watch that, hands down, hands literally down.
Yeah. I just what you mentioned before about the quantitative stuff. I don't like numbers. I think that, and I've already realized that I'm never going to be big on Twitch, and that's okay. I'm doing Twitch as a hobby. It's not a full-time thing. It will never be a full-time thing, and that's okay. So instead of focusing on the numbers, why don't we focus on maximizing what we've currently got, and creating a place that people are excited to come join. To be a part of our small community, to watch these different events and things that we're doing. I'm very much more focused on the experience than the numbers.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a really good approach. Definitely. And look, I think it'll all pan out quite well. So don't you worry there. No matter how big or not big it might be, I think it'll be an experience that people will definitely take something out of. So I would say to that, keep up the good work. All right.
Got it. On it.
Yeah, you got it. And I guess with that in mind, I mean, we've spoken about your origins, we've spoken about what it is that actually composes your stream experience, and talking about the steps forward. I mean, was there anything else that you yourself would like to kind of cover off?
Um, just I just really wanted to give a shout out to the wider OCE Overwatch community. The fact that I've got so many friends in that community, and the fact that we're all working together for a same goal. It's quite incredible, and I don't think that there's many other games out there on Twitch or any other platform that quite have that community behind them.
Yeah.
Um, the fact that I can just jump into another streamer's DM and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Or "Yes, you want to do that?" And they come back to me straight away, no matter how big or small I am, and no matter how big or small they are. The fact that everyone is really working together, the OC Overwatch community is quite amazing. And to be honest, the wider OCE community itself, not just in streaming, is mostly okay. Is everyone's just there to play the game and vibe and have a good time. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy being a part of that community as well. And as an extension to that, the DE community itself is really welcoming and a positive part to be a part of. And being able to be on the inside of some of the things that DE organizes as well, with all the events going on, is really exciting, and I'm really happy to be a part of that as well. So I think as much as there is negativity within Overwatch and the Overwatch community, I think the OCE community really does a good job of just being a good place to hang out and vibe. I'm very grateful that we get to be a part of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And look, thank you for the kind words. And yeah, and look, absolutely. I think there's a lot of good people out there willing to do a lot of good things, despite what some circumstances in game might look like. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of good eggs around, and I think we can definitely see a way moving forward with a lot of people being able to work with each other, or I guess do really amazing things for the community. So I'd be really keen to see that, and I'm very keen to see what comes out of all of it. So
Absolutely.
absolutely, yeah. Um, but I guess for that, if that is everything, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on here, Dixon. It's very much appreciated, and it's been an honest pleasure having a chat with you here, learning a bit more about your streaming journey and all that sort of stuff behind it, what it is that you kind of embody and do. And honestly, it's it really has been a pleasure. Any
Thanks
final
for
remark there?
No, thanks for having me. It's been fun, and I'm really grateful that you've given me an opportunity to I guess share my story, where I've come from, what I'm doing, and where I'm hoping to go. It's as I mentioned before, streaming has always been a hobby for me, and being able to take part in these things, I'm always going to be grateful of. And yeah, no, thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, well, feel free to take a look at the links in the description for Dixon's socials. But thank you very much for watching, and see you around next time. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.